All right, so it's Daniel Murphy. Good to see you guys again. Here's the trees today. A couple of big pine trees. Got the bucket truck here. 75 feet. We should get everywhere we need to go from this one set here. Now the question is getting all this material out of the backyard. Pretty sizable fence they got here. We opened one section up. My plan is this is going to be the drop zone. We'll start with this tree, take everything we can off of this tree, drop it into the hole here, bring the skid loader in, take it all out to wherever we end up chipping. Could even be in the cul-de-sac with the skid loader. Anyhow, lots of cuts. One of the things I like to show in these latest videos called speed wrecking is the importance when you have so many cuts to make of making them efficiently, cutting pieces as big as you can and as fast as you can, not messing around with a lot of undercuts if they're not necessary. So let's take a look at this guy here, that right hand lead there. Hopefully we can just drop him right past the Norway maple limb here and just put him right in this hole here, and maybe even get a rope on that second one that's out towards the house and drop that over here too. That'll make this tree a lot easier than what it looks. This other tree, it's just big and nasty, and it's just tough to say. I mean, I don't really have a plan for this guy. I'm just gonna get up there and start cutting. Sometimes that's the best plan. You just start cutting and get into action, and it becomes obvious what needs to get done. So we'll see what happens there, but get one branch out over the fence, then there's some bigger ones up there. I'll probably have to do some lowering somewhere along the line. I do have a bit of a drop zone over here, so it'll be nice if we can open that up and get big stuff heading down this way here. Just getting this bucket, start cutting. Yeah. Want to use your good rope, bro? I just need something that's long. So these cuts are all pretty straightforward. Basically, I'm trying to cut myself a hole in so I can get back to the trunk of the tree. I can't even get the bucket in there right now. So on cuts that I'm trying to land on the outside of the fence towards the driveway, I'm going to make a very quick cut, straight top to bottom, straight cut, full throttle, right through with a nice sharp chain, and then with my left hand I'm just going to pull them apart when it falls off of there. I want to be able to get the piece moving with my left hand before it starts, the tips start dropping and the momentum starts taking it towards the back. On the other hand, if I'm trying to land these pieces behind the fence, I'm going to start with a slower cut and not finish it until the piece starts swinging down and gets its momentum swinging towards the backyard. Then I'll finish the cut just at the right time, and you'll see the piece start moving back. You'll see the piece move. Here's one right there. Just a nice gentle swing and then release, and it just, that piece landed on the back side of the fence. One of the main points of this video is to show that when you're dealing with these big trees and you're in the bucket, you have to keep moving. You've got to create a fairly quick pace of work, and it's got to be done safely too. You'll notice I'm one-handing the saw, not generally recommended for rookies. I'm very comfortable with it. I don't have a problem with it. Basically, there's a rip cut there for you. That one actually caught the fence. There was a one piece that actually hung up on the fence. It was small enough, didn't hurt anything. But again, here I am one-handing, and there's a reason for that. All those pieces are away, and the saw is so clearly under control at that point. I'm not even worried about any type of kickback. Of course, you do have to keep your wits about you when you're cutting with stuff. You don't want that tip to catch something you don't see. But in general, in this situation, I'm fine with it. And again, I'm just trying to cut myself a hole back in here to get into this center of this tree, to get against the trunk of this tree, and then I'll figure out whether I'm going to be lowering out the big pieces or bombing, whatever. Okay, that cut, see, I'm making that on a slight angle. I waited for the piece to start to fold, then finish the cut. That slight angle supposedly allows the piece to fold a little bit better. Again, there's another slower cut. Wait for it to start folding. Finish it just as that momentum is swinging down into the pendulum and bringing it back into the backyard there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that one swung. That one swung back and then started swinging forward again. That you don't want to happen. You want to make sure that you finish that cut as it's still moving back. Tough to see what's going on here because of all the interference of the other limbs here. It'll start opening up in a minute. And again, we want to just be as efficient as possible here. with all these hundreds of cuts that we're going to be needing to be made, we can't mess around here. We got to keep moving, keep cutting, but also doing it safely. So there's a situation where you can't operate at this level. You can't move with this kind of speed, with this kind of velocity with a chainsaw unless you have a good bit of experience. You really need to take your time and get comfortable with your cutting technique before you try to pick up speed. So if you're not experienced, please don't try to imitate this. Don't think this is cool. This is just a guy trying to get a job done. Starting to see a little bit of daylight below me there. The drop zone's starting to open up. One thing I'm going to want to do is get down there and clean off all the stubs along the trunk of that tree. Make those cuts nice and flush, because number one, I don't want anything taking a funny bounce and catching the fence, but probably more likely here, branches will hang up on lower stubs and then you have to go fish them off of there. So here I'm just working my way down. Normally you want to work your way up, but I had to cut a hole in here anyhow. So I'm actually working my way down so that then I can turn around and work my way up that trunk on the decent sized, whatever those are, 4, 5, 6 foot stubs.
Rip cut. All right, so we can cut these guys as, for like rip cuts, but if I rip this one, it's hanging up over there and its butt will swing out and might catch the fence. So I got to be a little ginger in how I approach the situation. Get rid of this one first. I can cut the light ones down. They won't actually hurt the fence. See if we can get this one to rip down and come all the way down past the fence. Wind's working in our favor. Doesn't really matter, but why not? There you go. Oh. Hit the boom, caught the fence, no harm done, small one. So then I'm just trying to cut myself a hole into this next level of branches so then I can work from the trunk. This big guy here, right there. I'm gonna have to do some work on that, but I gotta cut myself into it. Stand clear! I want to ensure that they swing. Give them a little extra help. That guy's not over the boom. A lot of tree left up there. Cutting a while too. Now I'd like to cut this one and just handle it here, but it may just pop and it might be too heavy for me to control. I'll go out there and take a little more off the end. Hard on the elbows, don't like doing it like that. Tendonitis. Do that all day. Tip far back enough that we can cut our way on up.
What I just said there was hopefully these guys are tipped back far enough that I can just bomb all the way up.
Should land right in that hole there. Hit the trunk with that one. 2 feet away. Timing thing. There's really not much to hurt down there. But normally I would get rid of that whole lowest branch, that stub down there, before I cut this thing, because they can take funny bounces and do weird stuff. Now if you notice on that last one, I don't know if you got a good shot of it or not, but I ripped it real fast over here, undercut it, and then just Made a quick top cut, so before the tip started getting any movement at all on it, the butt started coming down. As the tip caught a little air, it stood up and away from the maple tree over there. All right, we are here right about at this first main crotch here, or second main crotch, whatever, in this pine tree. We got that top ahead of us. Got a big mess on the ground. This one could catch the boom. That's no good. I got to come on the other side of it. Oh, what's up with this? If this branch here came down and caught the boom, it would start sliding down the boom and head towards the fence in the back of the truck, which is no bueno here. It should be cool. And this thing is crossing all up in here. If I was cut that, it would catch in there and it could go all kinds of different ways, so. Cut it free. Little pieces at a time. As I'm moving to my next cut up here, I'm eyeballing the situation. I'm going to need a little elevator at this point. And I'm eyeballing this tree over here. See what that's going to take.
So this is the end of part one. Pretty simple stuff so far. Trying to give you an idea of realistic, unedited video here. Parts 2, 3, and 4 are going to have a lot more exciting stuff, a lot of roping and some topping and some fancy cuts. So I hope you stick around.